Yes, yes, yes. We're here. We're live. Not quite yet. Confirmed. Welcome to CKSK, live at the studio. I'm so excited. I got my little man Liam right here. Want to say hi?
Hello.
Hello. So besides for the pop-up events, which we do every single Friday, CKSK pop-up events, we are also going to be doing some different shows on different days. One of them is going to be like a cooking show or cooking class show, and Liam is going to be the first guest on this show. Do you know what we're making today?
Eggs Benedict.
Eggs Benedict. So I'm pretty excited about that. When you think of Eggs Benedict, what do you think of?
Eggs.
Anything else? Do you know what the components are of Eggs Benedict?
No.
There's 4 components. There are eggs. Let's look over to our producer. Should we keep the food over here or put it on the board? On the board over here? Okay. We're learning. I'll tell you what, the big thing about this stream today is really a practice stream for us to get ready for Friday, November 7th, where Chef Rang is coming to take over the studio, a special night with Chef Rang. We're so excited about that. So we want to make sure we got all of our challenges corrected or issues corrected. So that's why we're doing this today specifically. But for an Eggs Benedict, there's 4 components. We have eggs, we have the bread, which is typically always, do you know what this is?
An English muffin.
Right, an English muffin. We have the sauce, which is a hollandaise sauce, so we're going to make that. And then we have the meat component, which is typically traditionally it's Canadian bacon. Ham is a very good substitute for Canadian bacon, but you could use other meats as well. Do you remember any other meats you've had with Eggs Benedict before?
I haven't really ate Eggs Benedict.
Tree has always had that. We'll talk about that later. Okay. So this kind of looks like your normal breakfast sandwich stuff. Like you got some sort of bread, you got eggs, you got meat.
Butter.
But this dish is maybe a very elevated version of a typical breakfast sandwich that you would have. So let's get started. You ready to get started?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna make the sauce first, which is a hollandaise sauce. So for the hollandaise, oh, I'm sorry. I gotta leave it there forever?
No.
6, 7. What am I? We have a Gen Z in the house over here. Can I move on now? Can I get the butter?
Roblox and say your what's up video.
What up? From what platform? Oh, currently, go ahead. YouTube. Right now we are streaming on YouTube and TikTok live. Very soon we will be on Kick, and I think we're gonna go on X as well, and Facebook as well. But this is all one step at a time. We're getting there. Here we go. We're gonna make hollandaise first. We got butter. We got lemon juice. We got eggs. And we got some seasonings. First thing we do is gotta melt the butter. This is the hardest part of the whole dish. The hollandaise sauce is like a very, maybe difficult the first couple times until you understand how it actually works and how and when you understand how fat and water work together. The first thing we're gonna do is melt the butter. And their standard ratio for this, for any sort of hollandaise, is around 1 egg yolk to 2 tablespoons of butter, or about 30 grams of butter. But once you do this a few times, you don't need a recipe, you don't need a ratio, you can just do it. But we're gonna start with that. So we're gonna make a hollandaise with 2 egg yolks at this time. So we're gonna use around 4 tablespoons of butter. So whatever, that's like, maybe that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, something like that. It's not a big deal. Actually, that's probably a little less than 4. I'll do a little more. Okay.
That's a lot of butter.
That's a lot of butter? You know what, Liam? What is Julia Child? Do you remember what Julia Child said about butter?
It's most important.
Yeah, there's never too much butter. All right, so we're going to melt this butter. Typically for a hollandaise, you would clarify the butter. You would remove the milk solids. You don't need to do that. We're not going to do that. It seems like an extra wasted step, to me at least. All right, I'm going to get this just on low heat. We'll let this melt. And then we need to crack the yolks. We need to get 2 egg yolks. So, my young friend, do you want to crack the egg?
How?
You can crack it right here, and you can go right in there, and then we'll remove the yolk from there. These eggs are gigantic, by the way. They're like, they look like goose eggs. They're freaking humongous. Go for it. You can just crack it right on the flat part. There you go. Careful. Did you see that? Did you see that? Holy crap.
We got a double egg.
We got a double yolk?
What?
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Are these all double yolks? Why don't you try another one? God, it's so big. Oh my God, that's so exciting.
We need to bring some of these home.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. I wonder, there's an egg lady next to the studio. She just has 20, 30 different kinds of, whoa, are these all double yolk eggs? Holy crap.
These are
Whoa, whoa.
This is crazy.
Whoa, this lady next to the studio, she has 30 different kinds of eggs. And I don't know what,
30?
yeah. Remember the lady yesterday we bought all the eggs from? I don't know what these eggs are. I just said, give me 10 of those. I actually said, give me 20 of those. Are these all double egg yolks?
No way.
Holy crap, that's so cool. Okay, can you stick your hand in there and pull the yolk out? Do you want me to do it or no?
No.
You'll do it? Just put your hand in. That's it. That's it. Yeah, and put your hand like this and kind of shake it and try to get the white off. There you go. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, do that for all of it. Wow, I can't believe we got, that's so freaking cool to me. How exciting. Okay, wow.
That's perfect.
These eggs really were like the biggest I've ever seen. Now it makes more sense. We got to bring him home and surprise Tree. Tell him to make eggs tomorrow. When he breaks it, he'll freak out. Okay, perfect. One more. Awesome. Kicking butt.
Well, now we got extra.
Yeah, and you want to go run over there and you can wash your hands real quick. If you guys have any questions or comments, put them down. Put them in the comments. We'll have Tang will read them out for us so we can answer them for you.
That was crazy.
We got our egg yolks right here. I'm going to break them up a little bit.
Eggy boys.
Benedict is a pro egg cracker from CTV.
You hear that, Liam? You're a pro egg cracker. He's pretty good. He's had some practice. All right, so this is a lemon. It's just been zested. That's why it kind of looks weird, but it's just a lemon, normal lemon. Say what? Don't worry. You can talk, dude. Don't be whispering. That's fine. So we're gonna do a little bit of salt in the egg yolk. You want to do a pinch in there? Grab a pinch, like a big, like maybe 7 of those pinches or 9 of those pinches. All right, I'm gonna let you go with that.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Go ahead. While he's doing that, I'm gonna just juice this lemon. Take out the seeds.
9.
Nice. I think I prefer lemon most of the time for this sort of, for hollandaise, classic at least. But you could use any sort of acid that you have. So that could be vinegar, could be calamansi, could be lime. Really depending on what you're going to serve it with. If you're going to make it a little less traditional, you could totally use a different sort of acid to do that with. Well, we'll start with 1 whole lemon here. All right, can you pick up that bowl and dump it all into the eggs? Do you think you can do that?
The eggs.
Cool. All right, why don't you mix it up a little bit with that whisk? Cool. That's fine, you can do a little more. And the big part about doing any kind of emulsion, whether that's gonna be a hollandaise or a mayonnaise or any emulsion, is really the relationship between fat and water. And the more you do this, the better you'll be at understanding and seeing when there's too much fat and when it's about to break. So the lemon in this situation is the water element. We may need to add more water as we go, but I'll show you that as we get there. All right, so with this, we're gonna have to cook the eggs. So this is a cooked egg sauce. But before we do that, we got our, let me get on dry towel, that would be a good idea. So our butter here is almost melted. I don't really want to cook this butter too much, I just want it to melt gently. Now, of course, when you do this more than once and you want to try to get a little bit interesting, you could brown this butter if you want to change the flavor. But we're going to keep it traditional. All right. Tang, you want to bring this over to the stove for me. Let's get the camera moving now. Button pressed. It's coming. He's getting there. He's there. All right. So we're going to start cooking this hollandaise. I have a pot with a little bit of water. And turn the burner on very low heat. The first couple times you do this, I would recommend that you do this over a very, very low heat and take your time because it's very easy to screw this up, especially in the beginning.
Those are all double eggs.
That's pretty amazing, right, Liam? So we can see this pot's a little bit warm. I just turned the heat on, it's gonna steam. I'm gonna throw the eggs right on top of the pot. And we're gonna start whisking this. And so my bottom of my pot is not touching the water. It's not touching the heat element at all. Otherwise, you have a high risk of scrambling the eggs. When you get really good at this, you can do it that way, but for now, we're gonna do it the safer way. And we're gonna just keep moving these eggs. You wanna whisk this, dude? Can you reach it? You want me to get you a stool, or is that good for you?
Got it.
Okay. All right, we'll let him whisk it a little bit. That's good. That's good. Say that again?
Have you made before?
Oh, Liam, have you ever made this before?
No.
No, he definitely hasn't. Liam, what do you cook for breakfast? Is there anything you cook for breakfast? I know you haven't made eggs Benedict. Have you made eggs before?
Yes.
Yeah, what kind of eggs have you made before? What's your favorite egg to cook?
Scramble.
Scrambled eggs. Nice. So Liam and Tree, both of my sons, they cook breakfast for themselves most days. Usually very simple breakfast. They like to have like, throw an egg in a pan, put a piece of bread on top, and then flip it over. You kind of have like what they call a sticky egg.
That's what
You all right?
Tree calls
Is this
it.
getting hot over here? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Getting a little hot?
Dad, I have a name for this.
Go ahead.
Breakfast Brothers.
Breakfast Brothers, is that what we want to call this?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's always going to be the Bros, and I don't know if it's always going to be breakfast, but that could be a standing name. If you guys have any ideas for a name for like a sort of educational cooking show. Before we were going to do breakfast with the boys, but I do want it to be more than just breakfast, and I do want it to be more than just the boys. Sometimes we'll have a guest on here, we'll do a side-by-side kind of cooking thing, or if we have a friend in town or an influencer in town who wants to learn how to make something, they'll come in. If you have any names for shows, let us know. So don't be afraid as you're going. The big problem with this, the one thing you really don't want to do is scramble the eggs. That's what we're really trying to avoid. So if you're getting scared that it's getting too hot, or if the sides of the pan sort of look like they're starting to cook, don't be afraid to just pick it up and put it down and let it cool. You can always move it back and forth between the heat. And when you feel comfortable again, you can bring it back to the heat. And the hollandaise could be as simple as butter, egg yolks, salt. It could be that easy. And lemon juice or some sort of acid. It could be that easy. You could season it further. I'm going to add a little bit of Worcestershire. I'm going to add a little bit of Tabasco. That could easily be anything. It could be paprika, it could be Old Bay, could be chili sauce of some kind, whatever your favorite chili sauce is. It's really limitless. Anything you want to do. Me? No, this is not a new restaurant. This is my studio space now that is pretty much fully built. So this is the last component we need to do is just lock in all the live streaming and all the technicalities and difficulties of that. So that's why we're practicing. Once we get that solidified, which we're really close to right now, later on, probably in another video, I'll give you like a whole tour of the space and all the setup. Once that gets completely set up, the next thing we're going to work on is the banh mi truck. That's a little bit of a secret, but I'm just throwing that out there right now. That is happening. That is in the works. And then once that gets settled, there will be some sort of restaurant, but I'm going to keep that under the radar for now. We're just trying to keep moving, trying to keep building. Okay, so my butter is now completely melted. I'm going to pull that off the stove because I don't want to burn it. And as I said, typically this would be clarified butter where we would remove the milk solids. That's how I would be trained in culinary school, but honestly, I don't care. I'm just going to leave it. Make it easy. And now the eggs, we're going to keep these moving. You see this, Liam? So we're going to watch this, and we're going to see the egg yolks change color, and we're going to see the egg yolks get thicker. And again, every time you're getting nervous that this might scramble, just pull it off and take your time. There's no rush.
Color.
It's going to get lighter color. It's not going to be so yellow. It's going to be more pale. Now, this is definitely the traditional classic way to do this. There are more modern methods which don't require you to stand here and just keep doing it with a whisk. But I think it's cool to learn that way. It's good to know how to do it the old way, the traditional way. You can also, there's some people do it with a blender. There's many new methods that are easier and more consistent. But if you can do it this way, then to me, you're a real cook. You're a badass. If you can only do it in a blender, then you really don't know how to make hollandaise. Sometimes all you have is a bowl and a whisk. So I can see this is starting to get thick already. We can see my water is still not even that hot. It's not boiling, barely steaming. If we were in a real restaurant fashion and I was on the line and I'm working, I'm freaking busy, I would probably put this directly on the fire and make it really fast and just bring it on and bring it off like that. But that's not how we're gonna do it. That's what I say, high level technique. Yeah, it is very exciting now that we are fully booked now. When we are opening reservations for the next pop-up, we get booked out in days, maybe even a day at this point. I don't know if I'm ever going to be doing 2 pop-ups in a week. They are quite draining for me. And maybe if that was the only thing I was doing in my life, I could handle it. But that is only just one of the many things I'm trying to do every week. So I think I'm going to just keep it to 1 pop-up a week. Hopefully open a restaurant down the line so more and more people can eat the food that we're creating here. But these unique, I would say, like one-of-a-kind pop-ups, they're difficult. They're difficult to pull off. They take a lot of work. Mentally, they're hard. So at this moment, I think it's going to be once a week. Maybe when we get a really strong team and I'm not just freaking working all day Thursday and all day Friday to do them, then maybe that'll happen. So you can see this getting thicker. So this is getting thicker, but we still got more time.
That smells.
Smells like what?
Lemon.
Smells like lemon? But it is exciting. If you do want to come to one of the pop-ups, make sure, if you're traveling to Vietnam and you're coming here, you have limited time, book 4 weeks in advance, immediately when we release the reservations, because it's getting very hard to get in here now.
Love my thinking, Jack.
Love your what?
Thinking.
Thinking? Thick?
King.
Thick king? I'm a thick king? Okay. All right, I hope I can be a thin king. That's what I want. Okay, look how thick this is getting. See how it's getting thick? So the texture's changed dramatically. And I think one of the things you want to be aware of is you want to try to cook this as long as possible without overcooking it before you add the butter. That would definitely be one strategy, because basically once you add the butter, it's not going to cook anymore. And we want the hollandaise we do kind of want it to have a nice thick texture. So you want to basically once you start adding butter, that's it. You're not going to get any thicker, or at least you're not going to get your eggs any thicker. The butter will kind of help thicken it too. And you can see my my water is barely hot, barely any steam here, and it's still working. Now this is much thicker.
Your wife say hi.
Hello, wife. Ciao. Okay. So the edges here are a little bit, you can see some sort of crustiness on the edges, so I'm a little bit careful. I want to be aware of what's going on. I don't want to overcook. If I scramble this, it's ruined. It's over. I got to restart. That's a problem. And now we can see how thick this is. Because of how thick this is, I might be a little bit nervous about the amount of fat I'm trying to add in here. But because this is not clarified butter, it still has the milk inside of it. The milk is water, so we should have low risk of breaking. Liam, where are you going? Dude, we're in the middle of a live show. We're about to make the hollandaise. All right, ready? Let's try the sauce. I want you to just taste this as is. Try that as is. So this is just the eggs. Let's taste it. What's your response?
It's too sour.
It's very sour. It's very aggressive. It needs salt. But I want you to taste it like that because I want you to taste it after we add the butter because the flavor's going to change a lot. Okay? Okay. Egg yolk super thick. Next step. This is the hard part. We got to slowly incorporate the butter. And now I want you to take that and just drip it in here. A little, go ahead. Go ahead, you're good. A couple drops. Huh?
ABC asking what cuisine are you familiar with outside Vietnamese?
ABC is asking my cuisine I'm familiar with. Are you mic'd up over there or no? Okay. So ABC is asking me what cuisine I'm familiar with outside of Vietnamese. I was trained in classic French. I feel pretty darn comfortable in Italian. That's really it, honestly. Like I can make not authentic Mexican, not authentic Chinese, not authentic Korean. That's what I got. But I think really my biggest strength or my biggest skill set is not cooking in the realm of a cuisine, but just being able to use whatever is in front of me and making something that works. I think that's my biggest skill. Okay. Go ahead. You're good. Go. Don't worry. That much, no problem. So the most important part when we're trying to add the butter here is not to add too much at one time. We really want to slowly drip it and go, and you could add that. You could add that. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. So Liam's going to add a little bit. Go ahead. Especially in the beginning, you want to be really careful with how much you add. It's better to add way too little at first. Now this is getting really thick. And I kind of, if I take it off the heat, I want to make sure I bring it back onto the heat to keep it warm. If it gets too cold, it will break. And anytime somebody's talking about making mayonnaise or making hollandaise, you'll hear them talking about breaking all the time. And that just means the oil and the water separate it. And it won't be one smooth sauce, it'll be two different textures. Thick, right? So I'm going to show you a different way you can do this if you're alone. You can take a wet towel, roll it into a ball. Tang, you want to bring that thing back to me? To the board?
A ball?
Yeah, you can take the towel, roll it up, and make a little circle with your wet towel. Then I can put the bowl on the wet towel, and now it's kind of stable. And now I can slowly drip in the oil by myself if you're alone. And as I add the butter, you just need to be very careful that it doesn't get too thick. If you start seeing it getting like really, really thick, then that's when you want to add a couple drops of water. If this was clarified butter, I'd be adding water right now because I would be nervous because it's really thick at the moment. But because it has that milk, as I said, I'm not too scared about it. So I'm just going to keep slowly adding my melted butter into here, making sure I incorporate it before I add more. You see it?
Yeah.
I'm going to bring it back over here. Keep it warm.
We're just making the sauce.
We're just making the sauce, right? This is the hardest part. This is the part that is probably the most special thing about Eggs Benedict, but it's also the hardest part. And it's pretty crazy. This is just, you saw it, just butter and eggs, really. It's So it's basically scrambled egg sauce, kind of. Kind of like that, right? So I'm going to keep going with all this butter. So there we go. We've added all the butter into this. We're going to taste it again. Let's see what the flavor is going to be like now.
Somebody's confused about the time zone.
The time zone.
Tastes like cheese.
Tastes like cheese. It does taste like cheese a little bit. Now, if we want to, how do you feel about that flavor?
Okay.
It's okay. Is it better than it was?
Yep.
Do you think it's great?
I think it's good.
You think it's good? I agree. I think it's good. I don't think it's great. Do you have any idea what it needs?
No.
It tastes more balanced now with the butter in there. As before, it's very acidic. I'm gonna add a touch of Tabasco again, kind of brighten the flavor up. Not a lot. I'm not trying to make this spicy. I just want enough Tabasco to bring up the flavor. I'm gonna add a little bit of Worcestershire. Reinforce that flavor a little bit. There's a part of me that wants to add a little bit of sugar in here, but I don't know if I'm going to yet. We'll mix this and taste it again. If you did this and the flavor was still too strong, you could simply just melt some more butter and add it in. Is it better?
Yeah.
You like it?
It's better. Yeah, I like it.
Nemu, say hi from YouTube.
Who's that?
Nemu.
Nemu, what's up? I'm gonna do a little bit more Worcestershire. I think I am gonna add a pinch of sugar. If I can find it. I'm not gonna look too hard. No, I'm not gonna look too hard. Okay. And once we have the hollandaise made,
It's done? Done?
it can be. It's still a little sour. Let's do a little more butter. Okay, so I'll melt this very quickly.
Moses said any fish sauce for the holidays.
That's a good idea. I could. It's all the salt level I'm already cool with. The Worcestershire does have a little bit of fermented fish in there, but you could absolutely make a fish sauce in your hollandaise, and maybe even for another pop-up, I'll do a fish sauce hollandaise and do like a Vietnamese flavor Benedict. That would be kind of fun. Maybe I do like a banh mi Benedict. He just looked up. He liked that idea. Producer likes the idea. Banh mi Benedict is going to happen. So this would be part of the idea of like as we're doing these shows on Mondays and Tuesdays with us here, that you guys can give us some ideas and then we'll incorporate your ideas into the pop-ups on Fridays. So I think that could be really fun and something that we can kind of work on together and make interesting stuff for Fridays when people are coming for dinner. A banh mi Benedict. Okay. There's even a part of me now that wants to make like a hollandaise pate or a pate hollandaise. And then we could do the banh mi, toast it with some sliced Vietnamese sausage on top, some pickles on the side. That could be a cool thing. A Bologna Benedict. That works too. Yeah, that could be good. Put it on the list. We need a thing. We need a list. Put it on the list. Bologna Benedict.
What's a banh mi of Benedict?
Bologna. You know Bologna?
Bologna?
Yeah, Bologna Benedict actually totally works.
Benedict.
All right, so I'm gonna add my butter I just melted in here. A little bit more, just because I think the flavor is aggressive still. It has a lot of lemon. So I'm adding the butter. The butter is just fat, so the butter will kind of reduce all any aggressive flavors. And now when we taste this, it should be more balanced.
That's all the butter.
Yeah, I have a little bit more, but I'm gonna save some of the butter to toast the English muffin. Okay, let's try it. And you can see this eggs Benedict, this hollandaise sauce, here buddy, is really thick. If you wanted it thinner, like I think this texture is pretty nice, but you could make it thinner just by adding a few drops of water.
It's better.
Better.
Not very sour.
Less sour.
Sura said, is it unsalted butter?
This one is salted butter. You could use unsalted, it really doesn't matter. You just need to taste it. So if you're using unsalted, you're gonna need more seasoning. If you're using salted, you'll use less. I typically always prefer to just use salted butter. Okay. I think for me, I really want to make it spicier. I'm not going to make it spicier for him. Okay. So now the only thing we need to be aware of with the hollandaise, now that it's made, is just that it can't get cold. If it gets cold, it will break. So I have this water here, steaming. I'm going to just leave it on here, but off the heat. So it stays warm, and I'll keep stirring it every couple seconds while we're doing the other stuff. So let me move this to the side of my stove that's not on. And we'll get our English muffin ready. English muffin to me is definitely, like, if you don't have hollandaise, it's not an Eggs Benedict, 100% in my brain. If I don't have an English muffin, is it still an Eggs Benedict? It's possible, but I think an English muffin is pretty darn typical for a Benedict. You want to cut it or you want me? Can you do it? Good. Perfect. Let me help you get the start. There you go. Saw it? Great. Excellent. 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 Great job. Cool. Cool.
Looks like a burger.
It looks like a roll. Yeah. It's not the English muffins I typically grew up with, but that's okay. So, normally we would just toast these. I don't have a toaster, so we're going to fry these in a little bit of butter. Just to kind of give them some texture. And I don't want to turn my big oven on just to toast one English muffin. You can throw it in, go ahead. Beautiful. Okay. Okay. So while those are toasting, we have 2 pieces of ham. Traditionally, of course, we would use Canadian bacon. Canadian bacon is pretty darn similar to ham, and Canadian bacon is pretty hard for most people to get, so ham totally works. Other things you could use, bacon. I've seen a lot of bacon Benedicts. You could use sausage patties. Anything else that would be exciting to you to think about? I've seen crab cake Benedicts. I've seen salmon Benedicts. Really, any sort of protein would work. I've never seen a tofu one, but I'm sure you could. I've seen mushroom ones.
Broccoli Benedict.
Broccoli Benedict? I can make you a broccoli Benedict. And I'm going to heat this ham up right when in the same pan as my English muffins when they're done. The other component that we need is poached eggs. Oh crap, are we going to use... I've never poached a double egg yolk before. I don't know what is going to happen. We're going to try it. This is going to be hard. Honestly, I think this is going to be hard. We're going to try.
No.
This is really the only eggs I have, so this is what's going to have to work here. Trouble. Ooh, I'm a little nervous about this now. But what's the best way to try something, Liam? Live. That's the best way to try something. Okay, you can see these are getting a little bit toasted. That's cool. I turned my heat down on my pan. I'm going to flip these over, get the other side. You want to crack that in there? Let's crack that. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay.
Oh no.
I guess we'll just maybe treat that as like 2 eggs and try to poach them separately. That's gonna be a little hard. Anyway, we'll do our best. We'll see what happens.
I wipe.
You can wipe your hands. Go ahead. Use the wet one right here, buddy. When we're poaching eggs, we're going to have a pot of water on the stove. The deeper the pot, the better. I don't really have a thin, deep pot. If I bring out my big pots, they're gonna be so big you won't be able to see anything. So I'm just gonna use this pot. Won't be the best poached egg ever, but that's okay. We want to make sure we salt our water. And another thing you want to do is you want to add vinegar to your water. It will just help to make the egg tighter when it goes in the water. And really, I've seen people like say put a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons, and I've been playing with this. It's almost like you can't put too much. The egg doesn't really absorb the vinegar, so it's not a big deal in that way. And I bet you could poach nearly in pickling liquid and it would be fine. So I'm not worried about adding too much. I'm more concerned about adding too little. We don't want this water to be boiling. We just kind of want a light simmer, lazy bubble. And I filled this pot as high as I can go to give it as much time before it hits the bottom. Oh, we got a broken egg, dude. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's okay. Let me get this egg yolk out. So now we'll just get the single. Where am I going to go with this? Here.
That's where the butter was supposed to
All right,
go.
so we'll do one at a time. Let me crack this one and try a different one. Can I do that? Okay, let's do this. Just like this. I can't believe these are double yolks. That's so cool. Okay. All right, so we got a single, we got a double. We're gonna do our best with that. English muffin is toasted. We'll put that here, here. Leave it in our oven. Stay there. Okay, let's poach this egg. So we got the water, it's got a little bit of bubbles. We can see that the temperature's pretty close to being right. We'll drop our first egg. I'm gonna slowly, right? I'm gonna slowly drop it in the water. The fresher your egg, the tighter, the more beautiful the poach will be. And you can see as I spin that water.
Let me go on the other side.
You want to stay over here, buddy? You can't see? Here, I'll get you a stool. Here, you stay right here. Here, you can, and this pot's not hot, okay? So you can put your hands here if you need to put your hands here. But try to keep your hands away from this part, okay?
How am I?
You see it?
How is that poached?
Yeah. Okay, so a little bit of rotation in the water helps the kind of egg white to wrap around itself. We'll try the double now. This is gonna be crazy to me. I've never seen this before.
Be careful.
I can't even believe I can buy double egg yolks. That's so crazy.
No way.
We'll do our best. Okay. While the eggs are poaching, I'm just gonna lay my ham in the hot pan and let it warm up.
Oh my.
And just like
Totally fine.
any other egg, you can cook these poached eggs over hard, over medium, over easy, whatever you like. You can leave it in here as long as you want. Okay, cool. And just like the hollandaise, this is the traditional way to do it, but there are many new methods to poaching eggs which are dramatically easier. I mean, if you're only doing one or two, this is probably the easiest way, but if you're gonna do 100 or 50, or you have a brunch party you're cooking for 20, there's definitely new techniques that are more easy to cook a lot and more consistent.
At TG622 said, have you used different citrus juice in the hollandaise before?
TG662 asked about using different citrus juice in the hollandaise. Have I done it before? Yes, I think I've used mostly vinegar and lemon. I haven't done it with lime. I haven't done it with calamansi or kumquat, but I totally would. I've done a grapefruit one before. I know that. There's really, in terms of flavoring, because we're so neutral, all we have really is eggs and bread. So we have so many different ways we can go. I could totally substitute the butter for coconut oil. And if I'm doing coconut oil, then lime makes more sense to me. And then maybe I could do roasted pork. Maybe I could do a bread, roasted pork, coconut hollandaise with lime. That's cool. Some chilies on top, cilantro. Oh, now we're something interesting. So it's really what flavor profiles I'm working on would determine what citrus or what acid I would be using at that time. So the poached egg is kind of, yeah, it's not the most beautiful one. It's okay. I'm really just gonna kind of feel the yolk with my finger. And when I feel like I'm satisfied with the yolk texture, how soft it is, I can pull it out. Do you like your yolk? You like it a little bit runny, right? You don't like it super...
I like it runny.
You like it runny, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. And luckily, one of the advantages is if your egg yolks are, if your eggs are not beautiful, the hollandaise will cover it up. So that works out perfectly. I just want to taste the water because I'm going to add just a few drops of that water. This hollandaise is getting thick, and I'm imagining putting this on the egg, and I just want to have it a little tiny bit thinner. So I'm just going to add just a few drops of this. No problem here. My fire is about medium-low right now. But I'm monitoring it, so I'm adjusting it as I go. I really just don't want it to boil. That's the big part about it. So I'm looking at this texture now, looking a little bit thinner. I can go a little bit more.
Those poached eggs are not beautiful.
They're not beautiful? Don't talk trash on my poached eggs.
But
Okay?
they look really.
It's not always about the look, Liam.
Yum, 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 yum.
Sometimes it's about the heart and the love, right? Chef Frank's coming November 7th.
Ow.
So excited. Chef Frank taught me about the love. Actually, the double yolk looks better than the single yolk.
Yeah.
And obviously, these eggs are a little on the older side because the white's so loose. For a poached egg to get a really beautiful one, especially with this traditional technique, you really want the freshest eggs you can get. Okay, let me take that. The ham's hot. Let me grab that English muffin under here.
English muffin.
Yeah, and I'll keep these in the pan just to keep them warm. And we're so close, Liam. We're almost there. We're almost ready to plate.
We are.
Yeah.
There's the plate.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to check this egg yolk one more time. I'm sure, this is not something that I time, especially when I'm just doing it like this. But you could set a timer. I don't know what the time would be to poach an egg here. It's probably about 3 minutes, depending on your preferred yolk texture. But I prefer just to touch it. Do you think you could touch this for me, dude? It's hot. Just be careful. Too hot to touch? Can you press on it or no? Too hot.
I can press.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna pull the egg yolks out.
What?
Check my double egg yolk looks pretty freaking good, actually. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I love this idea that I can order double egg yolk eggs, and then I could surprise guests. And they won't expect it. If I do a whole poached egg and they crack it and they get 2 yolks, that would be so cool. So I'm gonna double check my seasoning on the hollandaise one last time, because I'm thinking there's no salt on the egg. This is a big, thick English muffin. There's no salt in there, so I want this to be a little aggressively seasoned. It is. I'm gonna do a tiny bit more Tabasco because this kid can eat a little bit of heat, and it's gonna make it better. A little bit more Worcestershire. And then we are gonna put this together. Okay. Beautiful, young man, beautiful. Okay, let's pull this double egg out. Okay, cool. Typically, I prefer to bring my egg yolks to a second pan just to help reduce the water. And we'll grab our English muffins. We'll put that on the plate. Tang, maybe you want to swing me back to the board over here? Oh, heard that. We got more cameras. I'm not even sure of all the new cameras where they are. Great. So, here we go. Ham. I'm going to let you do it, young man. Let me get you a... something to grab that ham with. I know it's hot for your little fingers. Coming.
It's not hot.
Not hot? Can you pick up the ham?
Yeah.
Can you put one piece of... Here, I got this. Can you put a piece of ham on the...
bread?
Here we go. I got a tasting fork. Go ahead. Grab a ham, put it on top. Beautiful. Wow. Unbelievably good. Next ham. Something you'll see a lot now, especially in like fancy brunch spots. People will put some sort of vegetable too. They'll put some sauteed spinach. They'll put some avocado. Maybe they'll put some sun-dried tomatoes after the ham. We're going traditional. We're keeping it easy for us. This is a test stream. We'll get a little more hardcore as we practice. Cool?
Yeah.
Can you lift this egg up? Put it on top. Cool. Next one. Try not to break it. Underneath. Yeah. Okay. On top. Don't be afraid to use your fingers if it's not too hot for you. Okay. Looking Liking Eggs Benedict. Pretty excited.
Yum, yum.
Pretty excited. Time for the sauce. Okay. Sauce texture looking nice. Can you spoon it right on top? I'll show you the first one. You do the second one, okay? That's what you want to see. Just like that. Second one on top. One more spoon on that one. Amazing. One more little spoon. Finish it off. Let me give me that. Give me that. One more little one. Make it nice with the fallen. Bada bing! Eggs Benedict. In the most simple, classic, traditional way. You ready to try it?
Yeah.
Let's do the double one. Let's see how this breaks.
Yeah, let's do
Tang, you ready for this?
What?
Here we go. Let's see a double egg yolk Benedict, baby. Oh, it's fudgy. Oh, it's fudgy. Okay, let's do it. Is that a big bite for you, huh? Here. You try it. I'll get another fork.
Mmm.
Good?
Mmm. Mmm.
Pretty good. You like that? That's pretty good. Do you want to use the classic CKS scoring cards? Let us know what you think. I agree. That's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. I'll eat this one. They got cold.
Once you open one set, good job, Ian.
Pretty awesome. Really good. There's a reason why this is a classic. Here, I'm gonna let you eat the double one. I'm gonna get your own plate too, because I don't want to get you sick here.
Yep.
I try to keep you with that guy. Bada bang, you can have that whole thing, okay? Yeah, there's a reason why Benedict is a classic. It's pretty hard to not be eggs, a crap ton of butter, and to not be good. I think for me personally, I probably prefer it with a sausage patty, just because that's like my preferred breakfast meat, but it's really good this way. A little avocado would be great. Now living in Vietnam, I'd love to have a little pickle on the side, but this is an amazing dish. It's such a good dish. I totally get why this is a classic, and this is something that we, on a brunch menu, it's hard for me to turn this down when we have that sort of vibe. You're doing good. You need me to cut the bread? Okay, I'll cut it for you. So, if you guys have any questions, put them in the comments now in the chat. We're gonna sign off in a couple minutes. This was our first kind of test stream of this style, so thank you for watching. And please let us know how the stream was for you. Were you able to hear everything? Did it look okay? Let us know. We're gonna keep working on this. We're gonna keep building it. We're gonna make this awesome. Oh, and I guess I'm on the same page as Liam too. To me, this is a 9. I think it's fantastic. I really like this a lot. It's pretty great. Kick butt?
Yeah.
Any final chat, comments, questions, concerns? Every Friday, 7. Oh, God, we're gonna have to. I don't know all the timing because we're streaming in Vietnam compared to the States and California, East Coast, West Coast. But every Friday we do pop-up dinners for 12 people cooking live in the studio. New menus every week, and I think we're gonna do Mondays at 11 a.m. our time, which will be 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna do a cooking in the comments show where you give us a challenge, we'll cook it, and then we'll probably do a educational show like this where we go over the basics. We learn how to cook. We have young, handsome, talented men working together, working with me. Would you want to do this again, Liam?
Yeah.
Did you have a good time?
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to say for anybody watching at home?
I you come to a pop-up.
Yeah, come to CKSK. It's an amazing time. We do food tours. If you like this video, give us a like. Give us a comment down below. If you want to go to a food tour with me or join one of the pop-ups, which we do every Friday, check out chadkubanoff.com. Until next time, see you later. Peace. End the stream. I think we're ending. We're almost ending. He's working on it. See ya, I think. Bye. It's been fun.